Hey there, generators! Thanks for joining me today for your weekly intuitive reading. I do my readings based on your human design type. So if you are a generator, this message is for you. All right, I use, just in case you're new, I do my readings using oracle cards, tarot, and sometimes runes. So today's reading will be separated into 3 sections: your current situation, what you're moving away from, and what you're moving towards. All right, so Wolf Spirit. Turn knowledge into wisdom. This is about putting into practice all of the lessons that you've learned, all of the knowledge that you've accumulated. You know, there's a saying that wisdom isn't the same as knowledge. Wisdom is knowledge in practice. So really integrating what you've learned so it becomes almost second nature. And there's a message here about you are often looking for somebody to tell you what to do, to advise you, to okay your next move, your next decision. Like, it's hard for you to make the decision on your own. And this is telling you that you've done a lot of amazing work, and just inherently, you know, you can be your own authority. So stop looking outside for external authority. And when you can do this and really own your own wisdom, I think it's really a sign that you are in alignment with your destiny. And the card paired with Wolf here is the Seer, which is a beautiful card. I love her. The Seer. And I'm just going to note the 2 here. 2s for me always talk about trust and faith, but this is trust and faith in yourself. Trusting that you know what to do. And you can see she's sort of in some sort of meditation or spiritual practice, ceremony. She might even, I mean, we don't know what this is, if she's making something. I'd also maybe think she was like scrying in the water, like you can do in a flame, or where you see, when you look into the flame or the water, you see symbols or messages that give you clues. So one thing that I thought of as I was looking at this, if you grew up in the 90s, do you remember Magic Eyes? The Magic Eye, I don't know if I'd call them paintings, but Magic Eye art. I remember it being in a lot of classrooms growing up, and you know, there was this frustration of like not being able to see the double, like what was the image beyond the image. And remember, to do this, what we were advised to do was to sort of like soften the focus so that we could see beyond, and then you could see that other picture. So I think, like, keep sort of what you want in soft focus so that you continue to move forwards, but you're not so attached to it that it doesn't leave room for other alternatives and things like that. And it helps you to just be a little bit more open to seeing all the clues and you know, even your guides, like you're on a walk or something, and I'm always looking, keeping my eyes open for things that come to me, whether it's, you know, a butterfly, a moth, a rabbit, you know, and what does that say to me in that moment? This is about recognizing your own power. And one thing I want to bring up is, like, the seer is just another word for, I mean, there is a card that's called the shaman card, but I believe it's sort of the same. And if we think about who shamans have been in history, it's not, you know, they're not just psychic, they're not just healers. Shamans were people in their community, among their people, who were the keepers of sacred knowledge. They were artists, they were writers, musicians, they were healers, and they did use these other shamanic practices to connect with spirit and deliver messages. They were also masters of magic and manifestation. It wasn't just one thing. Like, now we think, oh, you're a banker, that's all you do. You're an actress, that's all you do. But shamans, it was a name for a very multidisciplinary being. And that's you. So all of those, like, really embrace that part of yourself. All right. Next little piece here is about what you're moving away from. So I got Bobcat spirit here. Life is a mystery. So I think that, and coming in with this is the Seven of Vessels, the card of mourning. So I believe that here we're sort of grieving the loss that we're grieving the loss that we can't know everything in the moment, that things can't be approached as they have been in the past. Like, it's like a different set of rules. Somebody changed the game and just said, oh, now the rules to Monopoly are this, and, you know, and you're like, wait, but I've been playing this for years, I knew how to play it. So you're in a place now of letting go, surrendering, of acceptance, and really tapping into that knowing. Like, that. So what I mean, not that you know what's going to happen or you know the answer, but the inner knowing is your inner trust and faith that you, like, I experienced this the other day. So I work from home and I freelance, and for me it's been difficult for, you know, the workflow that's coming in to slow down during the pandemic. And there've been times, you know, I'm going through this roller coaster, and there have been times when I feel like, oh gosh, like, is enough work gonna come through? Am I gonna be okay? And I don't know, in the past week or so, I think the fear has just kind of dropped away. It's like, it doesn't mean I've still continued my job search. I've still continued, you know, actively looking for stuff and doing the work that I already have, but the fear is just kind of dropped away. And there's this sense of, like, I don't know what's going to happen, but my inner knowing is telling me that I will 100% be okay. And, you know, I can't say that I will never feel that fear again, but it's a good place to be where you're just like, yeah, I feel kind of good. Like, I can't really explain it. I don't have the physical proof that says I'm going to be okay, but it's just something I feel. So I think that's like sort of what you're tapping into here. And it's moving away from this old version of Monopoly was all about logic and reason and strategy and figuring it out. And this is about you really softening that focus so you can see what's beyond that and see a new perspective and see a new way to approach things. All right, lastly, let's talk about what you're moving towards. This came in the reverse position, stag spirit, take the lead. So in reverse, I think that, I mean, this may apply to some of you. I'm sure not all of you, but there's a sense here that you're uncomfortable being put in the hot seat, being forced to lead, and feeling like you don't have the authority to lead. But remember, you got this. So it's getting used to it, shaking off the resistance. You are a model right now for transformation for others. You're showing them how this works. And the card that is paired with stag here is the Kingfisher, King of Arrows. The Kingfisher is about seeing clearly, especially seeing clearly and staying calm amidst a chaotic situation. It's about exercising good judgment, discerning between true and false, and it's having this clarity to really understand what is weighing you down and what you can let go of so you can fly more freely. I mean, which is great, right? If you have those qualities and you're really living this Kingfisher wisdom, it makes it much easier to be in the lead. So I think this week is really a message of empowerment for you. Stop looking for external authority. Start trusting in yourself, believing in yourself, letting go of the need to control, the need to use the old rules of the game. Be open to the new rules of the game. Soften that focus. And yeah, get ready. Buckle up. You're taking the lead. So I hope this resonates with you. And have a great rest of the week. Have a good weekend. And I will see you next Friday. All right, take care.